to use this new unit and use him with another what's it called? How? Reggie Jackson? Goodness, I'm getting terrible pickups now. I could pick up a JJ Redick. What else can I get? I'm not picking them all based off overall. I'm picking them based off if I want to use them or not. Oh, a Clay Thompson. Let me get that. Oh, that's it for that. Okay, these take 6. All right. Alright, I think this is the highest I can get. Wait, no, let me check real quick. If I can pick up a diamond card. Okay, no, I need 60. That's alright. I'm gonna buy an amethyst. But who do I want though? Please be somebody better than this. Come on. Joakim Noah. AC Green. So I gotta get 150 of those to get that. I don't have 60, but okay. Guess I'm not picking up anybody then. Nah, I'm not gonna do that just because I'm using KD. I don't want to do that. I'll do this. I don't have a point guard. be realistic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Probably don't need this a little bit right now either. Alright. God damn it, the jerseys are the same damn now. Oh, this is kind of annoying. I don't think I can do that. I'm gonna have to play another team. Close, you're too close. No, it was the way I made them. Because the jerseys are red and black, so I could personally affect. And then, you know, the Raptors being red. That counted as a game? That's so stupid. I'm gonna lose this KD and this Zion after this game. I already applied it. Oh. Contract. Might as well have fun with it. Beating the shit out of OKC then.
Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. So the Austin starting five. Durant is out there with Zion Williamson. Then it's Reed. Then there's Kobe. And it's Morant in the West. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams get combo on Price. Ball out there with Gilgeous Alexander. And George in the three.
All right, let's go.
So off the tip, it's Oklahoma City.
You know me. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh no, no, oh shit. I'm trying to. I'm sitting over here trying to get my settings right. 2-3 zone. We run zone every game. Made that shit. Oh, it jumped too early. It's too easy.
Was elected president of the Players Association back in 2013, re-elected for a 4-year term in 2017. People simply trust this point of view.
Hell no.
Alexander can't get it to go. Austin with the ball. And there's KD.
Is you drunk?
KD's got his second basket of the night. Well, we know for Chris Paul, Greg, it's nothing new to lead, but on Oklahoma City last year, he had to do it without being surrounded by superstars. You know, that's okay. Paul's a guy who wants to set the table. You have to have the ball to do that. He's at his best when directing traffic and making his team better. And here's Morant following the three from Chris Paul.
That Ja Morant to Zion connection's crazy. Good D, Kobe.
It's stolen by Bryant. Goes up and finished off by Morant. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen. Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful. And you're going defense to offensive instinct. Every team now has to do that. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It seems like every team, Greg, needs that one enforcer, that one guy who's going to get under opponent's skin. Well, in one poll of coaches and players, Adams was voted the second dirtiest player in the league. One guy said he's real physical, but maybe he crosses the line. Throws the sneaky elbow here and there, commits extra hard fouls. This is what many fans came here to see. And his size, with his speed, so unique in his style. It's great. It's unbelievable. Kobe against Gallinari. The pass to George. Down the 5 on the shot clock. called with the three. Well, Butler get it back at the new 14. Lakers lead by 3. Here's Bryant.
Oh, he should have made that.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. The free throw drops for Kobe. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Chris Bosh is checked in for Reed. Simmons comes in for Williamson. Jones checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Mitchell in for John Morant. Looking over the floor. Over to the left wing. There's Noel. And goaltending is going to be the call.
Bro, what?
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead.
Oh, this dude is so slow.
He's checked in for the Lakers. And the Thunder pushing it up.
Don't do it.
Ferguson's shot is good.
Eat that shit.
Actuated by strong finish. Perfect example of how to run the break the right way. He did a great look.
Wade gets the jump. Off target from three-point range. Oklahoma City trail. Ferguson for 3. Gets it.
Shit, no.
Ferguson's got 5. Several league changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth. Such an impressive athlete.
Do they have to show a replay of everything I do?
59 seconds left to play here in the first. The kicks to Ferguson. Noel passes to Diallo.
Hell no.
Jones sends it back. And here we go. Nice break. Outside for Simmons. Lead up top. He's guarded by Diallo.
What?
About 7 seconds left in the shot in class. In the corner, it's Diallo. To Schroeder. And foul on the shot. So he'll get Jones at the line. And it's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes both free throws. 11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. But blocked by Simmons. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Simmons is excellent at cutting into the heart of the defense.
He hits the second from the line. Now here's Schroeder. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And it's been a high-scoring competitive game to the first quarter of play. It's the Thunder up by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game to the first quarter. Let's see what happens here in the second. And with the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points. Well, credit the coach. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
And Austin has possession. We've got Ferguson, Mike Muscala out there with Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in at the shooting guard position. It's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Oh, I was trying to hit Chris Bosh.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. And he gets the whistle for the split shot.
Wow, what kind of BS was that?
He's checked in for Muscala. And Gilgeous Alexander is subbed in for Diallo. Thompson is checked in for Austin. Molinari on the wing. That's a 2 from Ferguson. Thompson with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. It's the ball up.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
And so invaluable to your offense to have somebody like Klay Thompson spacing the floor.
Said it. Shooting 42%. He got in his career. What's amazing is in 8 full years, he's never shot below 40 from 3 in one single season. And he'll lock you down on D. Few players, if any, could kill him.
Schroeder against Mitchell. There's no out. Almost, but it rolls out. The try by Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Yes, sir.
Simmons, the passing skills of the point. At 16, he can see the whole court.
Oklahoma City trails by 3. Timeout is called.
Take that timeout.
And everyone wants Simmons to add a consistent outside jump shot. But while that's a work in progress, he does just fine at the rim. An incredibly adept finisher.
And the Thunder making a change here.
Why is Clay guarding him? What?
Buries the long-range jumper. Oh, no, he's got it all tied down for Oklahoma City.
And see what, as you said with Simmons, when he's going at the rim, he's as good as it gets. Oh, yes. Great move, size, speed, and strength. He controls his body to create space. He can lay it up from unorthodox angles with ease.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
Is Donovan Mitchell.
Closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook. Austin making a switch here. Beatty's checked in for Box. Williamson comes in for Simmons. Kobe's checked in for Jones. And it's John Morant in for Klay Thompson. Paul can't get it to go. And here they come. Here's Mitchell. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. Puts it up in 12. Paul can't get it to go. Paul's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field. Morant outside. There's Williamson with the 3. And bunching it off the mark by Austin.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. There's the shot and grabs the deep. About as big an impact as you can have on the defense. Oh, and the dunk. A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
That's a 2 from Paul. And it's Reed pulling it out. Lakers leading by 4. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And he just goes from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Passes it to Dort. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Lakers also making a switch. Durant's checked in. Thunder with the rebound. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Dort passes to Diallo. Slam dunk by Diallo.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Paul. 5 points in the game. Pass to Diallo. The ball. Here's the 3. And it's Reed pulling it down.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing fall. Yeah, he's just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. The pass to Muscala. And stolen by Williamson. Nice break. The Lakers. Morant with the ball.
And this is just the other team. Morant making sure to whip the ball over to his open man.
And so here is Oklahoma City. 3-point game. 4 seconds separate the shot game clocks. There's Muscala. And it's Reed pulling it back.
He's got to do a better job making the deep pay for this.
And it's good for 2. Williamson's got 7 points.
I can't think of a better call offensively. Get Zion the ball in the painted area and let him go to work.
Ball passes to Adams. There's Muscala. And goes off it. Going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action after the quarter.
I'm shooting 64%, but yet it feels like I'm missing everything. Make some subs. Yeah. Nah, I'm finna let Donovan Mitchell play some more.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
They're working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball.
Yeah. Nah, I'm finna keep Donovan Mitchell, man.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Boston leading by 10. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got John Morant. Durant is out there with Chris Bosh. And it's Reed.
Oh, God.
And a 2-go. And it's off from 3-point range.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And judging Morant's game early on, I've heard a few people with Allen.
What is he fouling for?
Put me in that number as well. That's going to be tough to fill up, but it just means he has the potential, the quickness, the athletic ability, the IQ, the handles. They're both lightning fast, slight builds, both tough. And you see the explosive ability to get to the rim and finish. That's what boy Allen thinks about the young child.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Here's Mitchell.
Oh, Jesus.
Oklahoma City trails by 12. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Smith.
He won't shoot a 3. Now he shoots it when somebody gets on him. Give me that shit.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. Over quarters.
Pass to Mitchell. Mitchell is double. Back to Reed. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Lays it up off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 14.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct.
I hate these timeouts.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Bosh. The drive by Mitchell. Outside Bosh. Austin moving it around. Schroeder against Durant. Floats one. The wide open look here for Bosh. No good with the triple.
Turn into no cover.
Pass to Schroeder. The three. Well, they'll recover it.
This ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless with their first 5 attempts.
Mitchell finds KD. Mitchell is double. No one near Smith as he lets it go.
Jeez.
3-point off the mark. Oklahoma City trails by 14. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Schroeder. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. It's Durant on the wing. That's it fly. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. KD's got 6.
The rhythm and the poise that Durant has when getting ready to catch and shoot is second to none in the league.
Here's Schroeder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Willis Reed.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
The Thunder have shot 75% of the line tonight, going 3 for 4. It's good from Schroeder. Muscala, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Diallo comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Schroeder hits them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Morant outside. And the dunk by Williamson. Here's Diallo. And the official sending the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that mistake.
Man, you're playing from behind. That's the last thing you want. Make matters worse.
Out to Morant. Here's Simmons. He'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blown. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City.
Oh, he's almost 7 feet tall. Simmons is a tough guard. I mean, you got to be careful not to get too physical.
And he sinks the second. 1:33 left in the third. Oklahoma City trails by 17. Your passes to Diallo.
Man, these fouls they keep calling is so annoying.
Oklahoma City shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Like, damn.
And so he hits both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And it's Simmons penetrating. At the elbow, Williamson. And bouncing it off the mark by Austin. And here are the Thunder now. Down by 15. Jacks up a 3. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Williamson. Williamson's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Schroeder. Williamson with the block.
Well, what I love about Williamson, to be sure, he can get up. But it's the timing of the jump that makes him special as well.
Morant outside. Shot clock at 6. The shot's good. Morant's got 6 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Horrible effort. It appears
The hell is he doing?
they may be on the brink of giving up.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. A 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Ferguson. He's got 5. And here's Schroeder. Fires the 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Austin taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. 19-point game. Paul out there with Dennis Schroeder. And then it's Mike Muscala. And then there's Steven Adams. And George in at the small forward position. It's the lineup of the game for Oklahoma City.
Some guys in this league have a good slogan. Paul's rainbow is exceptional. Fluid, high, accurate.
Here's Schroeder. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
That'll make any coach happy. Aggressive defense and changing ends quickly.
Morant dishes to Williamson. Outside for Simmons. Poked away, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. Some changes. Molinari is checked in for Muscala. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Reed is checked in for the Lakers. Durant comes in for Jones. Has to go up. Both loose. And stolen by Williamson. Floats it up there for Durant.
Yeah, this is where Zion is improving, taking advantage of the defensive attention he receives.
Oklahoma City trails by 17. This one for three. The Thunder with another miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Up high to stop the alley.
And he pulls off the Houdini to take that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Williamson's getting it done, shooting over 55%. 5 of 9 shooting from the floor. Ball kicks to Gallinari. And good. As it just sneaks right down through the net.
For anyone like Chris Paul, you better have your hands ready. If you open him five, you're going to be hitting the head.
Out to Durant. Lead outside. To this to KD. Williamson from long range. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
And even if Gilgeous-Alexander isn't the fastest guy out there, he stays in balance. It helps him to be effective on his drive.
Here's Williamson. And he elevates with a slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jump. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection, as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just toking them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Wade, right side. Now here's Durant. T right on. The baseline J. The mark.
If you look at the result of that shot, they'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. That's the kind of shot you're trying to work for in the offensive team. Nice pass. Putting in work on the interior. You got it. Love it.
Williamson looking it over. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Oklahoma City covers by 12. Here's Dort. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. The try by Mitchell. And then Mitchell at the dunk.
What a ferocious finish. Once Mitchell gets some speed behind him, look out.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. 13 feet away. Paul can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 14. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Reed.
They maintain focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
Yeah, if you're a fan of this team, you couldn't be happier. What a performance.
Basket counts.
So composed and confident. I mean, Paul isn't the biggest guy. That doesn't stop him from getting it done inside.
Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Paul outside. And there's the pass to Dort. Connects from three-point range.
Fuck.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they look.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Ball for three, and no good that time. And the Lakers take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Mitchell outside. Over Paul. Outside for KD. A 3-ball. Nailed from three-point land.
This is where Durant feasts. I mean, he can let it fly, and he has confidence.
And so it's Austin with this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control the game and just...
Unlock the industry standard in recording solutions in Sweetwater. Avid's full lineup of top quality audio interfaces and production equipment makes recording seamless for studios, post-production facilities, and more. Experience flexible routing and stellar sound. Mix and edit with tons of horsepower, or take hands-on control. With a combination of Avid software and hardware, streamline your Pro Tools workflow to work massive projects with ease and plenty of horsepower left over. Record, produce, edit, mix, and master with ultimate precision. Find all your recording solutions from the Pro Tools experts at sweetwater.com.
What up guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we start this video, in our last video we mentioned the app Joy. The link is gonna be in the video description if you guys want to download this app. Joy app lets you chat with beautiful girls, and if you guys are obviously into men, then you can chat with guys too. And you can add your friends and chat over here. And you click start. Hi, you down to go out with me?
I'm down to go out with you, but like how should I dress, like regular?
I don't know, just dress regular. I'm gonna take you out on a date. I know you don't know me, but you know, we can get to know each other.
Yeah, how long?
I'll be there in like 10 minutes. I think I just caught a date. About to go on a date, so you already know what time it is. Comparison to Tinder, this app is way better because you can actually video chat. And if you download this app, guys, you can add me and we can chat with Top Notch Gang. I think that would be a great way to connect with you guys.
You're a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. If you guys are interested in this app, the link is gonna be in the video description. Who knows, you know, you can just find your next date on this app. I don't know. Download the app and, you know, maybe you can go on a date.
Do you know how to get to 8th Street? 8th. Yeah. That street right there. That way? Yeah. You want a spoon? No, I'm saying, like, you look pretty cute in that jacket. Like, I want to know if you wanted. Nah, man, I don't fucking roll that way, dog. Huh? Tripping. No, bro, it's just a question. I just want to know if you wanted a spoon with me, bro. Oh, hey, chill, bro. Hey, do you want a spoon? Hey, it's a spoon, bro. Where you get the shoes at, bro? I got you at finish line. You got my finish line? Yeah. Oh, there's the one around the corner, right? Yeah. That's cool. You want to go spoon? Spoon? Yeah. What you talking about, bro? You love it. I just want to know if you wanted a spoon. Nah, bro, I don't even do like that, man. I don't need jack that shit. What you talking about? You don't want a spoon? Nah, I don't rock like that, bro. Huh? I don't rock like that. Rock like what? What you talking about? Spooning? I just want to know if you wanted a spoon, bro. I don't know why you're getting so aggressive. My boy, it's a spoon. Oh. You said you want a spoon? Nah, I still don't want a spoon. You don't want a spoon? Yeah. Hey, I eat booty with this spoon, bro. I just came over here to be honest. I want to know if you wanted a spoon. What? Like, do you want a spoon? Like, you know, you look good. You got some nice shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Look, say it again. Do you want a spoon, bro? Why are you getting so active? Why you? Hey, chill, bro. I want to know if you trying to fucking spoon, bro. Hey, chill. It's a spoon, my bro. What y'all gonna do, my? Hey, you're on camera, brother. The camera over there. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, I eat booty with this spoon, bro. It's my favorite. I thought you the way you standing over here, bro, you look like you're trying to spoon.
That's right.
You got the Santa hat over here. I thought you was giving out spoons or something, bro. Like, I want to know if you want to spoon me. Oh, no. Like, you having to get to me, bro? No, I ain't got. Bro, I've been a good boy this year. Hey, man, leave me alone. I've been a good boy this year. I'm putting the heat out, man. Huh? I'm putting the heat out. No, you ain't got no heat, bro, because I'm about to pull this out, bro. It's a spoon. That's the YouTube channel. This is a joke, bro. What's up, dog? What's up, man? Looks like you want a spoon. What the hell? What? I just wanted to know if you wanted a spoon. Nah, bro. I'm only here for girls, bro. You only have girls? Yeah, bro. That could be arranged. Nah, bro. I'm good, bro. Hey, listen, let's just go around the corner, me and you. Nah, let's get good. I'm not hitting on you, bro. I just want to know. Nah, I'm good, bro. Why are you being so typical, bro? I want to know if you want a spoon. Nah, I'm not, bro. You don't want a spoon? Negative. I love you, and I just want to give you the spoon. Nah, bro. I'm just trying to give you this spoon. Yeah, it's my favorite spoon. That's stupid.
The forward cross, it's Barton and Milton. The backcourt is Murray and Hill. And Jokic is the foul, Kevin Love. And out of bounds, and that is able to retain possession here. Here's Murray.
Mid-range jumpers.
God, you calling weak ass fouls all the time. So annoying.
Jokic kicks to Barton. Three-pointer. That one, no good. Now Austin takes it the other way. Good hand for Mitchell. Rose the lead slam.
This guy is no stranger to the highlight reel. Mitchell never misses a chance to elevate.
Murray with it. Barton outside. Outside to Murray. And Williams back.
He made him miss. Oh, wow.
So Austin going with almost an entirely new group here. Kendrick Perkins has checked in for Reed. Marsh comes in. In for Simmons. Here's John Morant in for Mitchell. Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Porter comes in for Barton. Torrey Craig is checked in for Harris. And Morris subbed in for Murray. And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
It's fair to say that Millsap has been underrated throughout his career. A versatile, tenacious forward who quietly destroys whoever he plays.
Now here's Perkins. And he banks in the lane. That's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
You know, he's got to keep improving this aspect of his game. When Porter is dribbling like this, he becomes unguardable.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter of the game. Morris against Morant.
He's got to be disappointed with himself in that lead first guy to go stand.
Kobe pushes the box. He's on the wing. 3-pointer. And it's Denver with the rebound. Morris right side. Stolen by Box. Here's Bryant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Paul Millsap gets him.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Grant is checked in for Denver. And Kobe drops them both.
Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Pass to Craig. Takes it to Porter.
Wow.
Here's Craig, covered by Smith. Craig passes to Grant. 4 on the shot clock. Porter trying to...
I was on that.
That's good.
Okay, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. You play off of him, you know, it's just too easy points.
Here's the line to the hoop. And slammed in by Perkins. Here's Morris to Grant.
Better not.
And there's been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. Really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
And Simmons is checked in for Kobe. And Porter drops them both.
terms. You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor? State Farm is there. The new K5 GT beats the BMW 330i in slalom.
Oh, okay. Does this go away? Oh, okay.
We'll just keep on fixing ourselves. Introducing the all-new turbocharged K5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 NBA season is over, and I think it's time. It's time to update my top 50 players in the NBA list. Obviously, the top 50 list is an ever-changing list, and it can change so much just in the course of one season. Players get better, players get worse. Some players are put in better situations, some aren't. A new draft class comes in, and just overall, a lot can change. Anyways, let's just cut to the chase, man. These rankings are going to be based on who I think are going to be the best players going into next season. That is assuming everyone is healthy. Keep in mind that when I'm ranking these players, I am simply answering the question to myself.
God
Is
damn.
this player better than this player? So that means that my rankings aren't solely based on the last season, although it definitely does play a factor. I'm also taking into account how I believe some players will return from their injuries and also any other improvements that I predict going into next season. Also, throughout this video, I'm also incorporating a tier list. The tiers simply represent a bracket of players, a group of players that I believe for the most part, emphasis on the most part, can be interchangeable. And those will be
Give me
the
that.
color on the card of each player. But let's get into this, man. Let's start off with 50 through 41. Coming in at number 50, we have Jaren Jackson. Number 49, De'Aaron Fox. 48, LaMarcus Aldridge. 47, Gordon Hayward. 46, Marcus Smart. 45, Draymond Green. 44, Nikola Vucevic. 43, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 42, and 41, Zion Williamson. Nothing too special in this part of the list. Like I always say, 41 through 50, most people don't even go that far into their list making abilities, you know what I'm saying? So I am very open to having this part of the list very interchangeable with some of the players that are outside my top 50. And while we're at it, I might as well mention my honorable mentions, and so far I have 6 that I want to name, those being DeAndre Ayton, TJ Warren, Spencer Dinwiddie, John Wall, Derrick Rose.
I finally made a 3 with Zion. Dang, I couldn't do that at all last game.
However, probably the most controversial thing you'll notice about this part of the list is Draymond Green. Because in April, I didn't have Draymond Green on my list. So you might be asking, Beast Holes, Draymond has literally done nothing from April to this year for you to move him up like this. He wasn't even in your top 50. Now he's 45. I know, but keep in mind, like I said in the beginning of this video, I am taking into account any improvements I suspect going into next season. And Draymond Green, I've repeatedly said on this channel, is a player that I believe, if he's on a trash team, he's not going to be as effective as he can be. But if he's on a good team, a playoff team, like the Golden State Warriors are supposed to be next year, with Steph and Clay and this draft pick and whatever they want to do with that coming back, then I believe Draymond Green will remind people to a certain degree as to why he was considered a top 20 player in 2017, 2018, because there was a reason for that. There was a reason for that. And me putting him at 45 obviously means that I don't see him being a top 20 player next season. But all I'm saying is next season, I believe that Draymond will remind us as to why he was held to that regard back like just 2 years ago. Also notice the drop Zion Williamson made from my list in April to this one. I'm not gonna lie, I think I jumped the gun a little too much on Zion Williamson back then. And right now, I really am concerned about his weight and his stamina, although I really shouldn't be talking. But Zion is built right now. He is not as effective of a defensive player as he can and should be. And he also gets way too tired way too quickly, so much so that he gets a lot of injuries.
Oh shit, he's like 300 pounds.
So that's why he moved down a lot in my list. But that being said, let's move on to the next part of this list. Next up, we got 40 to 31. And at 40, we have Zach LaVine, 39, Drew Holiday, 38, DeMontis Sabonis, 37, DeMar DeRozan, 36, CJ McCollum, 35, D'Angelo Russell, 34, Jamal Murray, 33, Brandon Ingram, 32, Chris Middleton, and 31, Bradley Beal. This is the part of the list where things get interesting to me. Now, I know I said earlier in the video that tiers, at least in this video, aren't supposed to represent a group of players or a category of players, but what you will see in this part of the list are a lot of the number 2 options in this league. Number 2 options that are great number 2 options, but a lot of people would be hesitant in building their team around said player. You got the Chris Middletons, the CJ McCollums, you got the Jamal Murrays of the world. We also have some of the, unproven young stars in the league, and guys like D'Angelo Russell and Brandon Ingram. Now let me take some time to harken back to just what I said like 2 sentences ago, because I just, blindly...
When your day is too post-worthy, to bother posting. Irish Spring Body Wash. Earn your shower.
Throughout Jamal Murray's name, but shout out to Jamal Murray, bro. Shout out to Jamal Murray, because in April he didn't even make my top 50. But after what I saw in the bubble, yeah, he's a top 50 player. Now, I would put him this high. I am comfortable in putting him this high, although I know that jump is ridiculous from my April list to now. And I understand his numbers aren't sustainable. I'm not expecting Jamal Murray to be a 28 point per game scorer on 50-50 95 splits next season, because if I did, he'd be in the top 10, quite frankly. But I believe what Jamal Murray proved in the bubble is that he can be a more consistent scorer, a more consistent number 2 for the Denver Nuggets than what he has been in the past. Because I'm not gonna lie, although a decent amount of people did view Jamal Murray as a number 2 option, the conversation for who the second best player on the Denver Nuggets has been of strong contention the past couple of years. There was a conversation between Jamal Murray and Gary Harris, and then you got guys like Jeremy Grant, and then you got guys like Paul Millsap. But I think what Jamal Murray did in the bubble was separate himself clearly from those players. And it is now clear that the Denver Nuggets, unless some crazy trade happened, is Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray's team. I probably butchered that. Also, probably the other controversial part of this list is Bradley Beal being all the way at 31. How can a 30 point per game scorer be 31? How is that the 31st best player in the NBA? Now that sounds crazy, but I really do think the biggest reason as to why this is one, the league is just this talented. Because once I name off the players that have above him, I really don't see how you can have him more than like 22, 21. And even then, you can still say, how is it 30 point per game scorer, the 21st best player in the league? It's just how it is. It's just how it is. And number 2, defense. A lot of the players that I have
he don't play all that
are
defense.
also great offensive players, but on top of that, they add to your team and to their value with their skill defensively. But actually, what you'll notice with this list compared to my last list is that I'm actually more lenient on the stars that are on bad situations. The reason for that, well, man, y'all gonna have to subscribe because I got a video coming in 2 days, but let's keep it moving. Now let's read off 30 through 21. At number 30, we got Kemba Walker, 29, Pascal Siakam, 28, Jaylen Brown, 27, Trae Young, 26, Kyle Lowry, 25, Rudy Gobert, 24, Devin Booker, 23, Donovan Mitchell, 22, Kristaps Porzingis, and 21, Bam Adebayo. This is the part of the list where we stray away from looking at players who are number 2 options to players who are definitively like number 1 options of a team, whether they are winning or not. We go from looking at guys like Jaylen Brown and Chris Middleton, and now we start looking at guys like Trae Young, Devin Booker. Although I must say, even though I just said that, I really do think there's an argument for having the 2 I mentioned earlier over Trae Young and Devin Booker. But again, like I said, I am being a little bit more lenient on the players putting up good numbers on bad teams. Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. But if you believe that Jaylen Brown and Chris Middleton right now are better players than those 2, I see the argument. That's all I'm saying. I see the argument. The only slight exception that I see in terms of looking at players that are number 1 options is
this part of the list. They give you so much value, it's insane. It really is. Especially when you consider what they give you defensively. Now, probably the most notable drop you will see in this part of the list compared to my last list is Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam dropped a lot. He had a tough bubble outing. He really did. Pascal Siakam did not look too good in the bubble. Now I know the whole conversation about the bubble and how it affected players. That's a whole different conversation. But honestly, even before all of this happened, I don't think Siakam could be as a #1 option. And I really do think even if the bubble never happened, come the playoffs, I just can't look at Pascal Siakam and trust him too much. Because yes, while he is capable of giving you 22 to 24 points a game on, relatively good efficiency, I just think his bag offensively is not deep enough. And he isn't physically dominant enough to make up for that. Even Giannis himself. Giannis is a physical specimen. And even Giannis is getting criticized for the way that he scores and how effective it is in the playoffs. And also, after the bubble, to me, Donovan Mitchell is the best player in the Utah Jazz. That is clear at this point. That is clear. And now, we get into the top 20. At 20, we have Karl Anthony Towns, 19, Ben Simmons, 18, Paul George, 17, Klay Thompson, 16, Russell Westbrook, 15, Kyrie Irving, 14, Joel Embiid, 13, Chris Paul, 12, Damian Lillard, and 11, Jason Tatum. Look, man, this is probably the most controversial part of this list as a whole, because from 11 to 20, there's a lot of room for debate. I will admit that there's a lot of room for debate, and the players involved are some of the most known players in the league. This is a part of the list where we start looking at players who have shown spurts, who have shown glimpses of being able to be a superstar, but just haven't done it consistently enough to be considered a superstar. The only real outlier to what I just said is probably Chris Paul, because Chris Paul has been one of the most consistent players the past season. But the question is that production superstar level? But regardless of superstar definitions or what have you, Chris Paul last season impressed me so much. So much so that, in the beginning of the season, I honestly thought that people were just getting too nostalgic with Chris Paul. I was thinking, maybe Dennis Schroeder is still better. Maybe Shea is still better. But as the season progresses and as we got into the playoffs, it was clear that Chris Paul is still the real deal. And he is still one of the most complete point guards in the league. So much so that, especially after the playoffs, I would still have him over guys like Kyrie Irving and Russell Westbrook, even though he's at this stage in his career. I'd go as far as to say that. As a matter of fact, I did. I did. My list is right there. Now, y'all know me, man. I'm a Celtics fan. Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum at 11 is probably a hot take right now. It probably is, and I may be jumping the gun a little too much, but again, keep in mind that I am considering any jumps in ability, any improvements that I believe will happen next season. And I believe next season is really the first season we are expecting Jason Tatum to flat out be the best player from day one till the end of the season. And I think he is good enough to prove that. And if he does, which I think he will, we are looking at one of the best two-way players in the league. A guy who can defend multiple positions and has an offensive game, or at least a scoring bag that is elite, and just has to be a little bit more consistent in the playoffs. And if Jason Tatum can continue to lead the Celtics to one of the best records in the conference, I don't see why I can't put him at 11. Now let's address another two-way wing in the league. A two-way wing that went down on my list, and that is Paul George. Look, man, in terms of talent, Paul George is up there. He really is. He is very similar in terms of talent to Jason Tatum, because you have a guy that's one of the best scorers in the league and is a great two-way player with a handle. You know what I'm saying? You can give him the ball and he can handle the ball. But when you consider the playoffs, and not just this year, but also his years with the Thunder, although he had spurts of being good in the playoffs for the Thunder and even for the Clippers, he is just consistently inconsistent in the playoffs. It's insane. That is why I have to move him down. Also, that conversation with Jimmy Butler and Paul George is done. Which is crazy because I made a poll like a couple months ago just asking on who's better, Paul George or Jimmy Butler, because it's one of the most contentious debates in the community, but not as done. That's done. This Jimmy Butler. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the top 10. Because at number 10, we have Jimmy Butler. At number 9, we have Nikola Jokic. Number 8, Kevin Durant. Number 7, Luka Doncic. Number 6, James Harden. Number 5, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 4, Anthony Davis. Number 3, Steph Curry. Number 2, Kawhi Leonard. And number 1, LeBron James. And there you have it, man. My top 10. My top 50. My top 50. But right now, let's just focus on the top 10. Number 1, shout out to Jimmy Butler. Because I think before this season, most people had him anywhere from like 12 to 17, 18, right? But after the playoffs, the way he led that team, I want to say carried, but the way he led that team, the way he performed in the finals, he earned a lot of people's respect. And he earned mine. He earned mine.
Oh shit.
And I think it was good enough for him to be a top 10 player in the league. Especially when you consider what he brings defensively as well as what he brings offensively and what he brings off the court. Also notice that Kevin Durant went down by 1 compared to my April list. And the main factor as to why that is not even because of Kevin Durant. It's because of Luka. Because this man, Luka, bro, like I have to say this every time I mention Luka in a video, but this man is just insane. He is insanely talented. Even when I made the list back in April, I already knew Luka was a baller, right? But even then, I still think I underestimated how good Luka is. And I'm going to be honest, even right now, midway through next season, I might say the same thing. Because I'm going to be honest, to me at least, by the end of next season, we are going to start having conversations of who's better between James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and maybe Anthony Davis. I think that is how good Luka is right now, and that is how good I think Luka will be next year and for years to come. Now, let's talk about Giannis. Let's talk about Giannis because Giannis moved down from my top 3 to 5. And now I have Anthony Davis over it. So let's address it. Number 1, I still stand by my statement that I believe Giannis Antetokounmpo deserved the unanimous MVP last year because of the season that he had, and this is an award based on the regular season and the regular season alone. I still stand by that. But this list is based on who I think are the best players in the NBA, period, point blank. And with that, I am taking into account how you perform in the playoffs. And especially this high in the list, I am taking into account how your skills and your game translates to championships. I'm going to be honest, until I am proven otherwise. And I can't be proven otherwise. I am taking Kawhi Leonard. I am taking Stephen Curry. I am taking LeBron James. And the new addition to this list is Anthony Davis. I am taking Anthony Davis over Giannis Antetokounmpo in the playoffs. A, because of their proven track record in the playoffs, and B, their ability to be effective in the half-court sets. And now you might be saying, well, be sold then put Luka there. Then put, like, Jokic there. Why wouldn't you do that? And I'm going to be honest, I said this on a Twitter Takes React video I did. I think depending on how those two are put next season, I'll entertain that conversation. I'll entertain that conversation. And that's not even a slight on Giannis' talent, because Giannis is still one of the most talented players in the league. I have him at 5. I have him at top 10. I had him as the MVP for a reason. But again, when we're talking about the playoffs in this day and age and how the game is being played right now, there is a case for players like Jokic and Luka and possibly Harden, but that's a different conversation I don't want to get into right now, to be over Giannis. And last but not least, we got the king, LeBron James. LeBron James is back at number 1. LeBron James is the best player in the league. I said back then that Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the league until proven otherwise, until further notice, and it just happened to be that now, November 2020, that notice came. And LeBron James is still at the top. Now, I know for a fact this comment section is about to be crazy. No, make it crazier then. Make it crazier. Go ahead and comment in the comment section down below what you think of my top 50. Any critiques you have, comment your own. This video did take a long time to make, especially with the graphics. So again, leave a like on the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you've been keeping up with what I've been doing the past week, y'all know this is a new chapter in this channel. So go ahead and leave a like if you know you know. But with that being said, man, I'm out. Deuces.
course he made that. Alright, I'm off.